I just made the video about my grandma and unconditional love, and I don't know if me talking about it has just opened up like a floodgate. And I kind of wonder, now that I'm thinking, or whatever. But when she passed away, she had ALS, and so she couldn't talk. And that's where it affected her first. And so she had to do everything in writing. And then her body started to fail. So, and she was miserable. And so when she passed away, it was almost a relief because she was out of, like, she was free from that. And I'm kind of wondering if I didn't process all those feelings. And that's why it's hitting so hard. We've always talked about her. My daughter's middle name is after her. When I don't remember what all was in my video before, but when she had passed away, a friend of hers had come over and was talking to me and my aunt and cousin. And the friend asked, when she was talking to my aunt about my cousin, like, are you the one with the kids? And my aunt she was a jerk. And she was like, no, she's just, daughter-in-law degree, whatever. And I'm like, that's me. And she had to pull me aside and tell me how proud my grandma was. I was always the kind of the odd duck. Everyone else was worried about their careers and, degrees and all the things, and the only thing I ever planned was that I wanted to be a mom. And she was the only one that didn't look at me twice like I was nuts. She supported it, like, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I got pregnant when I was young, and everyone else was, tisk tisk. And she never did that. If she thought it, she didn't say it. Oh. I remember when I was a teenager, they would come when we didn't live in the same state at the time. So they would stop at our house when they would go to Florida in the winter, and then when they'd come back from Florida. And at the time, as a teenager, you just want to hide in your room and sleep. I wanted to sleep a lot. But she would come in and she'd say, if I had a room as nice as what you had, I wouldn't want to leave my room either. And looking back, I wish I had done it different, but I know it was the way it was supposed to be. But I've learned not to judge myself. Everything is a learning experience, blah, blah, blah. But it is something that when you're younger, you don't realize how much you're going to miss. How much you're going to miss them. And the thing is I know her energy is still around. It is funny when my daughter was young, she was taking a nap, and she, of course, wasn't born. My grandma wasn't alive when she was born, and so Macy never met him or met her, and but she had a dream about her. And my grandma, she was in her dream. And I remember after she passed away, we had some of her furniture, like we had kept a lamp and stuff, and it was, my husband and I were doing something, like playing a game or something, and the light would flash. And of course, your mind can say, well, it needs a new battery, or not a new battery, but a new light bulb. And I eventually said, all right, Grandma, I know you're here. And the flashing, the flickering stopped. And I know that was her. And then something I always found interesting was about a year after she passed away, I got a letter in the mail that was to her, but with my address on it. And there was never an address that she lived at. And it was just a nice reminder from her. Of course, if you don't believe, you're not going to believe, but when you have the experience, you know what it is. I guess I just wanted to share a little bit. And